Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Hope you guys been enjoying the content on the channel as of late. I'm gonna say this again. I've already said it before in a video coming up, but just to make it clear again. Um, this month is pretty hectic. There's a lot of stuff going on, family-wise, and I just need to focus on that stuff right now, as well as other things. I'm wrapping up college pretty soon here, so just a lot of my time is needed elsewhere, and I am putting out content still. I'm going to try to put out some more topic videos than reviews. So just hope you guys are okay with that. But this is a very interesting topic to discuss today because, to be quite frank, I really thought this was going to blow over. So I didn't think to do a video on it just because I thought, companies like to bend the knee, especially when the voices get loud enough. So I thought, okay, I mean, I presume this will blow over. Apparently, it's not. Apparently, the strike is happening and is now happening. Today was the first day of the walkout and the strikes and stuff like that. And obviously, if you're familiar with your history, this is not the first time that we've had a writer's strike. We had one back in 2007, 2008, which caused a lot of issues on a lot of films, and most famously Transformers 2 as a more mainstream example as to how it affected a lot of productions. And I forget what the reasoning for that strike was. I presume it's to do with this strike, which is, or I presume that the reasonings for both strikes are one and the same, which is that people want better wages, they want basically just more money, and they want to be compensated more, and they want to be they want to be making more money than they are at the current moment. So um so obviously, based on the title of this video, you guys know what my stance is on the matter. So um because really, I don't think I need to make this video super long because it's not as in depth as some people are making it out to be, and it's not as noteworthy, to be honest, just because it's just people bitching and complaining, and they think that they're owed more money. I'm sorry, my stomach just made a large noise. Sorry about that. Um, but sorry, I'm still on the calorie defect, and I kind of had a little cheat today with some orange chicken, so that's probably what's making the noise. So apologies. Um, but yeah, so I think it's just people just making a lot of fuss about getting more money when the reality is simply this. And I know that some people really don't like to hear it, but it's just the reality of the situation. um, there is no such thing as equality in the workplace, and also, depending on what your job is, really don't expect a certain amount. Okay, there's like people in the strike right now, they're saying like, oh, we want living wages, we want to like to feel uh we want to feel like we have stability within our job. Well, if you want that, and I know this is going to sound kind of cruel, and this might sound a little bit of a this might be undermining your profession, but it's the truth. If you really want more money, here are your choices. Either get really fucking lucky or get another job. Because the truth is that, and people know this if you're in Hollywood and stuff like that, especially depending on what the profession is, specifically writing and stuff like that, it is not a multi-billion dollar or a guaranteed income type of profession. Okay, it's not. Okay, you are paid very minimally, and you're paid in a certain state, and it's a practice that's been done for years. It's just the president. That is what it is. And I know people will make the argument saying, well, it doesn't have to be that way. Well, that is what you chose to do. That is not something that was just, like, oh shit, that's how much it is. That's a failure on your end, not doing research and not doing, and not, being more informative or being more informed. Like, that's not the fault of the company. Okay, the company sets up however they want to set things up. So if they want to pay you a certain amount, that's their prerogative, that's their business. And you choose whether or not you want to make that kind of money. Okay, so all these people out here who are doing these strikes, I know that they're celebrities and stuff like that, but they're just they're either full of shit, or they're just not wanting to be, they don't want that question brought up, basically. They don't want to be like, oh, are you supporting the writer's strike? I have a post on it, social media. So, it's just, it's some ways it could be a cover up, some other ways it's just, emotions dictating reality. Because I'm sorry, there's no equality, and and I know this sounds counterintuitive, but it is also very fair, okay? Because there is such a thing as favoritism. There is also such a thing as uh, people having more importance than you do. I mean, are you going to tell me as a writer, you're going to tell me that you're as important as a police officer? You're going to tell me that you're as important as a firefighter? You're going to tell me you're as more important as a soldier? You're not, okay? You are playing in make believe, okay? I love writing, okay? Writing lately has been my forte, okay? I mean, I've done acting and stuff like that in the past, but writing is really my forte, okay? If I, by some chance, someone wanted to make one of my scripts and they happen to want to get money out of it, I am not expecting thousands of dollars or the millions of dollars or stuff like that. Or even if I was to get a secure job as a writer with a studio or stuff like that, I'm not expecting millions of dollars and stuff like that because I understand the gravity of my profession, okay? It is not that important. And also, writers are, as actors are, expendable. They are disposable. They are replaceable. Okay? So how many times have we heard writers getting replaced or being booted off projects? It happens all the time. Okay? So, so when you think that you are so secured and you think that you have such a place, unless you're like, I don't know, like, unless you have uh like a hot resume or anything like that, like, no, you're not secure. You are dispendable. You people, they can throw you to the wayside, and that, that's their, again, that's their prerogative, that's their choice. But it is also your choice in taking the money that they give you. Okay, so I don't want to hear that people didn't know about it, or, oh, well, I feel cheated and stuff like that. No, you knew exactly what you were going to get paid, and you chose to get that kind of money. You chose to chase your dreams over pursuing security. Okay, because if you want security, I mean, there are other jobs out there that will give you a lot more money. They'll give you a lot more support. They'll give you a lot more benefits. You're choosing to live the dream. You're choosing to live the dream. Meanwhile, other people are actually looking to have long lasting lives, okay, and actually have stable income and stuff like that. So don't whine. Don't whine that your profession is not giving you all that money. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. And the reason for it is because of what you are. You're a writer, okay? You're not a firefighter, you're not a police officer, you're not a soldier, okay? You're not a doctor, okay? You're not any of these things that actually have merit and actual meaning. You are a writer. You are getting to play in make believe. Make believe that I love, but it's fun time, okay? It's not things that actually impact or change the world. It is stuff that, it's comfort. It's not, you know, uh, it's not anything more than that, you know. And for that, you get paid in by a certain measure. You're not going to get more money, okay? And to think that you're owed more money, like, it's a failure of not recognizing what your profession is, okay? Like, again, I would not expect thousands of dollars. Okay, I've made videos like this in the past about, mostly with actors, because actors are just fool themselves. They think that they're owed so much money. um and we've talked about stuff like this before, where, how much actors get paid. They get paid millions of dollars to just put on makeup and crap like that. And uh the actors make these silly demands sometimes, like, again, with wages and stuff like that, saying, oh, I should have been paid equally as the man, or I should have been this and that, even though they're a nobody, or they, are not the poster boy or the poster girl. Like, they're just a supporting cast member or something of a rising star or whatever like that, and they're making these demands. And even if you're an established person, you shouldn't even have to do that sort of thing, okay? Like, the studio will give, what they believe you're worth. Like, yeah, personally what your worth is, but unless you're a producer, unless you're in a certain position of power, you don't make that choice. The studio makes that choice for you, and don't be upset with the amount you receive, okay? Like, that's just how this profession works, okay? So, I mean, if you want to have that, if you want to have more money writers, then don't be a fucking writer. How about be a producer? How about the person who actually will make the big bucks, or somebody who's going to make some changes within the union? Like, it's a failure of it's a failure in not recognizing what your profession is, and it's just selfishness. Like, people who just believe that they're owed so much money, or they believe they're owed more money. Like, you're not that important, okay? I know that that sounds harsh, but that's the reality of this. You are not that important, okay? If you think you're as important as a police officer, a firefighter, a doctor, a soldier, I mean, trying to name anything else that's like even more important. A mechanic, or like, because you know how important mechanics are and how vital they are and stuff like that. Um, or like, there's so many more people that are more important and more valuable and thus deserving of more money than someone like you who just gets to write a few lines and, you know, ex- have, like, art is not as valuable as as workers. Like, these people are out there busting their ass, sometimes losing their lives, doing things that actually really matter and impact our world. You impact us for about 2 hours. So, like, that's the meat of this, and that's the core of this, is that people just don't want to admit that their job is not that important, and that they don't want to just just accept that, okay, well, this is how it is. That's that they no, they don't want to bitch and complain. They want to sit there and be like, oh no, I'm owed more because I feel like it. No, you just have a failure, and you just failed in realizing what your job is. Like, more, like I've always said before, guys, do your research. Really, really do your research. Remove your prejudice, remove your emotions. Like, look at things rationally for how they are. And if you do all that, you'll not be that disappointed if you choose to still pursue your dreams, or still to pursue the career that you're looking at. Like, people fail to use that. They ride high with their emotions and on that adrenaline or whatever like that, and then when reality hits, then all of a sudden it's this big fucking deal. Uh, and they are not the ones wrong in um, in the whole matter. It's like we've said before about Hollywood. It's narcissists. It's all this shit. We've talked about this millions of times, but it just it's funny to me. Like, I love that people believe that they hold more value than they actually do. You are a writer. A writer, I mean, I hold writers, to a certain measure. I mean, because I love this profession. I love this art, this expression. But I am not blind. I am not blind, okay? Like, you are not owed this much money, okay? I believe in, like, promotions and stuff like that. Yes, I do. But I presume that you guys are talking about living wages. You guys are talking about, like, stability and stuff like that. That's not what you get when you go to Hollywood, okay? That's not what it is, okay? If you want that sort of thing, then either get really fucking lucky or get a job that actually has that kind of stability. Because Hollywood is not that place, okay? Hollywood is for people who have dreams. Hollywood is for people who have dreams, and people who have dreams most times do not have stability. Most people who have, I'm not saying, like, you know what I mean, like, when people pursue stuff like this, like Hollywood, most times they're not in a stable, handling with stable income or a stable house and all that sort of stuff. They don't have that kind of shit. For the other people, they have that security, they have that stability, they have that finance, they have all that other stuff that actually will matter years to come. Where with you are making a bet that is so small in actually winning, and you're then going to complain when you do actually make it, and you do actually find yourself in a job like that. You're going to complain that you're not making as much money. I mean, Come on, dude. I mean, you're a writer. I mean, I wish people would just wake up and understand that. It's like you're not anything more than that. So stop acting like you are. You're just a writer. Accept the pay you get and understand that that pay is a illustration of your profession. If you're making minimum wage, likely it's because that it don't mean that much, okay? So, so just take that, and if you are deserving of a promotion of some kind, then yeah, I mean, fight the good fight. But that's not what I'm hearing what the strike is about. The strike is about people wanting these big wages. They want this and that. They want equality and stuff like that. That's not how it works in the workforce. It's not. That's not how it is. Okay? There's people who get it and then there's people who don't, okay? And sometimes it's for good reasons, sometimes it's for not good reasons. But in this case, the WGA, the unions, I think that they're in the right place by holding everybody, accountable and saying, look, no, we're not feeding into this bullshit. Okay, we're going to keep it as it is. Okay, if you don't like the payment, that's your problem. But we're going to keep it in a certain measure, in a certain place. You guys can bitch and complain all you want. They're probably going to cave in. But currently, I'm happy that they're not folding. They will fold eventually because that's just, they don't want to have all this stuff, this noise going on. So they will eventually cave in. They shouldn't, in my opinion. They will. But yeah, I think it's really silly that these writers think that they're more, that they're super valuable. They're not. You're really not. You are replaceable, and that's the bottom line. And don't expect anything more than the bottom line when you go into such professions like this. Okay, you are not owed any more than what they give you. Okay, so, and that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion on the whole matter. I think that the strike is silly. I think it's just people just complaining and failing to see what their profession really is, failing to do research and stuff like that. Again, know before you go. I've always said that before, and I will continue saying it I'll still continue saying it. Know before you go. Super important to know that, okay? Do your research, do everything you can, and understand your whole profession, your whole career, the whole idea of what you're wanting to do before you actually do it. No one had to put their hand on the stove to realize that it's hot, okay? So, just use your brain. Do your research, okay? If you don't know something, look it up. So, but yeah, writers, sorry. I mean, I love the art, but I'm not expecting y'all to get good big pay. So, sorry. But that's my thoughts on the matter. I know this will be a very probably a very divisive, type of video, because I know some people will probably cave into emotions and say, "Oh no, writers need bigger, compensation, or big this and that." They really don't. But you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you guys are you guys for the writer's strike? Do you guys are against the writer's strike like I am, or do you guys see them caving in? I see them caving in pretty soon because they don't want all this noise. But you guys know your thoughts in the comment section below. And that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, it's a pretty busy month for me with the family and everything. I'll explain everything in due time. And also, just a FYI, I know that some of the videos that you'll be seeing in the next coming videos, you'll hear me rambling the same thing. Just understand, I recorded those videos in at different time periods, so excuse me if you hear me saying stuff that you might have heard already. So, when I'm usually ready with my thoughts, I just turn on the camera. So, so just know that, if it seems out of order, it is in terms of time and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.